However, we've got some tools in here that will utilize the information that you put in here and do a lot of that work for you. Let's take a look at these rooms, okay? So let's say my coffee room is my zone 1. At this point, I can take my TV and drag it into my coffee room, right? And if I take a look at my properties over there, it's telling me the properties of the TV with the metadata. And you know what? I don't need the TV video. I don't need my 3 video inputs or S video. How many of you guys still using S video? Go ahead, raise your hand. I dare you. All right? And I don't need my... all right, so yeah, let's turn some of this stuff off. I'm not going to hook anything up to these, right? But let's leave a couple of them open. So my DVI, that's going to be my HDMI input. I got component input. At this point, if I've got a system and different zones, okay, you ready? Because you're going to ask me this in a minute, I can tell. If I'm setting up a system and I have multiple zones, and inside a specific zone, I have a dedicated source, all right? And you even asked me about this earlier. If I've got a master bedroom, right? I got the whole system, I got a big rack, and I've got my matrixing, and I got all my 8 sources, or my 4 sources, whatever it is. But in the master bedroom is a separate dedicated DVD player. Because mom and dad don't want the kids to be able to see what they're watching on that DVD player, right? Because it's obviously Disney movies, they don't want the kids coming into bed with them, right? Okay, so I can take a local source, all right, and I can apply it specifically to that input on that TV. And then it's going to know from the routing and everything, right? Okay? So I can set up the system based on global configuration as well as local. Since I'm using a matrix switcher and I've only got 4 sources and all 4 sources are going to go in here, I'm going to take my HEMS 4x4 output number 1 and apply that to my DVI input. Make sense?
Yeah.
Do that one more time,
Yeah,
now,
could you
please.
just do that one more time, please?
So we're here, we got 1, 2,
Sure.
3, 4, 5.
Let me do this. So I've added a TV to this room, okay? The coffee room, it's got a TV. Which TV is it? I've added that TV. Okay, that's TV number 1 because it's my zone number 1. All right? Now, right, these are the inputs that I have left. Doesn't matter, you could have left all the other ones. I just want to unclutter it for the display. Now I've got my 4 sources feeding my matrix switcher, right? And the outputs of the matrix switcher are what's going to feed the TVs, correct? All right? So I'm going to take my output number 1, and I'm going to put it to the input on that TV that's supposed to be receiving it.
The input you want it to, yeah.
Right. So let me drag that over here, and then I've got 4 inputs into my matrix switcher. So let's go ahead and assign my 4 inputs. So I got SAT1, input 1, SAT2, input 2, SAT3, input 3, and my DVD is going to be input 4.
So these are sources and we drag.
Make sense?
To the display inputs you wanted to be shown.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
That is actually cool.
All right. Now, watch what happens. I'm going to go to my, let's shrink down this zone. I'm going to go to zone number 2. Let's go ahead and put my TV number 2 over there. All right. And again, I can shut off a whole bunch of these things to unclutter a bit. And then I'm going to take my output number 2 for my matrix switcher.
Thank you.
Take it easy. You got my card, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, shoot me an email if you want to, find out any more about this.
I appreciate that.
And there'll be classes online.
Thank you.
Sure. And Infocom Vegas,
care
CD,
about
and okay. So anyways, so I'm going to take output number 2 from the matrix switcher and hook that up to my HDMI input on the TV. And look what I remembered.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? They're all the same. So it remembers that. This way it eliminates your screwing up and forgetting which one you put where, and then you got some sort of information crash.
And that's how you could put the off switch of DVD right to the input, and it doesn't matter. Once you hit the iPad, it's going to go to that input anyway, even if it's not on the switcher.
Well, that would be if I put the DVD in one of these other inputs, yeah.
Right. That's
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now if I go to my cafe, I got my other display here, so this is TV3. Now TV3 doesn't have any metadata, right? So I don't know what input I'm using. I'm going to have to make sure that I put that in here, but now I can take 3 and put that there, and then display number 4, that's going to that zone. All right. So I've told the system now the basic structure of how I want to do my routing. Does that make sense? I haven't told it specific IR commands, or there's a lot of stuff that I haven't told it yet. But it now knows the basic structure of my zones. I've got 4 zones. They're all 4 video zones. These are the components that are going to be in those zones. All right? So the basic structure is done.